Good morning, ultimate hustlers and digital empire builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show. And today we're talking about the power of persistence, how to develop the art and science of being more persistent in your life. So you don't want to miss this episode. If there's anybody on the planet who needs persistence, it is entrepreneurs, man. So I want you to tune in closely and do not miss this one, man. So comment in the chat where you from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, ultimate hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Black Bear Success Mastermind Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you are not already in the Black Bear Success Mastermind, you are slipping on your pimping, ladies and gentlemen. Text the keyword Mastermind to 314-866-4053. It's a community developed for Black entrepreneurs to either start businesses, grow businesses, or just network and study one another's habits, talk about best practices, and develop the strategies that we need to grow into the businesses that we need to have. I'm on a mission to help Black people become the #1 employers of Black people in the next 2 generations. And the only way we do that is by building fundable, sustainable businesses that grow and scale. So if you're struggling in the area of growing your business, then you might need to become part of the Mastermind community. Again, text Mastermind to 314-866-4053. Today, we are talking the principles and power of persistence, ladies and gentlemen. If you know you could use some help in the area of being just a little bit more persistent, then drop a P in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, because this, my friend, is going to be a great episode. Again, we're continuing our study in the book Think and Grow Rich, and chapter 9 is all about persistence. So we're going to give you Napoleon Hill's definition of persistence. But in addition to that, he also lays out a couple lists that I think are incredibly important. Number one, he lays out the symptoms of lack of persistence, which we will basically give ourselves a survey. But he also defines what persistence is, right? So we're going to give you the attributes of or the foundation of persistence. What's up, Mark? Mark says he drops a P in the comment. He knows he needs to be a little bit more persistent. He's the only one being honest this morning. I would drop 50 P's in that thing if I was not hosting.
I need to be more persistent, right? You got to know how to knock on the door and keep knocking and keep knocking and keep knocking until you get the result that you want. But before we get into that, you guys know I got a couple quick announcements. Office hours for the Black Bear Success app are today at 12 noon. We're doing digital marketing decoded. If you got some questions about this area of digital marketing, social media marketing, internet marketing, email marketing, or what have you, I want you to stay connected to the page. I'm going to post a link to where you can come into a private Zoom room with me today at noon Central. That is 1 Eastern, noon Central today. And I'll do my best to answer any questions that you may have about generating leads online, converting those leads, attracting leads, all things digital marketing. I'm kind of versed in a little bit of all of the disciplines of digital marketing. So I want to answer your questions, and then we'll talk about how the Black Bear Success app can help you in those areas. So that's 12 noon today. Stay connected to the page so you can get the link to join us inside the actual Zoom. Also, ThorntonOnlineMarketing.com is official, ladies and gentlemen. Go to ThorntonOnlineMarketing.com. That is the parent company above all the things that I do. And we just relaunched the website. I had to move it from another platform over to the Black Bear Success app because I got to drink my own Kool-Aid, right? I'm telling y'all to build y'all digital assets on the Black Bear Success app. So I had to get my main website moved over. Next is the website for this actual blog has to ultimately move over to the Black Bear Success app as well. But check out check out ThorntonOnlineMarketing.com. We help small businesses grow their businesses through different marketing areas. Last but not least, before we get the show started, where we're going to be talking all about persistence, because persistence is everything. We start the day with a quote. And today we got a question from Les Brown. He says, ask yourself this question. If you're trying to do anything of significance, ask yourself this question. Who am I? And who do I need to become to get what I want? Now, here's the key to asking this question. You got to answer that thing with honesty, right? Who am I today, right now? If I stripped away everything, who am I at my core, right? And if who I am today at my core is not cutting the mustard, it's not getting the job done, then I got to ask myself, who do I need to become? That, ladies and gentlemen, Mel Robbins and a lot of the motivational speakers of today call that the gap. There's a gap between who you are and who you need to become. And then you got to work tirelessly on closing that gap, right? Because I'll tell you this, if the person that you are today was remotely capable of getting you what it is that you want, you'd already have it. Oh, I'm gonna run that one back. If the person that you are today was capable of getting you your heart's desires, you would already have them. So what does that mean? What are you saying, Cortez? It is simple. You've got to become someone else. You literally have to become someone else. So work on your gap, ladies and gentlemen, every single day. And that is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by my good friends over at Thornton Online Marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, we help small local businesses attract, serve, and retain more customers without the need of paid advertising. Nothing wrong with paid advertising. A lot of small businesses are not in position to invest just yet. So text local biz to 314-730-3999. Again, text local biz. If you are a local small business serving a community and you want to attract, serve and retain more customers without spending money on paid advertising, text local biz to 314-730-3999 and let my good friends over at Thornton Online Marketing see if they can't help you out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking perseverance, right? Comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be afraid to do a little networking in the comments here. I just don't like for you to be all spammy about what it is that you're doing and be a distraction, but you certainly should say who you are, what you do, and be willing to engage and connect with other people. So as I'm reading Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich as part of our assignment, right, I started a business building boot camp where the focus is on my business financials, right? If you guys have not heard of the Black Mastermind group based out of Kansas City, Dr. Danetta Watson is an amazing business coach and strategist. And she, like me, is on a mission to help bring economic empowerment to our community by way of helping businesses become more sustainable and more fundable, right? And if you were interested in joining this community and learning more, comment your city, because they have affiliate groups in every major city, just about. So comment your city and keyword mastermind, and I'll put you in touch with someone in your local city. And if there is not an affiliate group in your city, guess what? You can be the founder of said affiliate group in your local city. But so I'm reading this and I thought, man, we've got to really understand some of these success principles. And one of these principles is persistence, right? Persistence is a state of mind. Let me go back to what Napoleon Hill says about persistence, right? Mark, my friend, he says, yes, I'm in Los Angeles, California. All right. So persistence, the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. This is step 8 on the road to riches. Persistence is an essential factor in the procedure of transmuting desire into its monetary equivalent. The basis of persistence is the power of will. What did he say the basis of persistence is? It's the power of will, otherwise known as will power, ladies and gentlemen. So in order for you to lay the foundation for persistence, you need, my friend, these 8 core elements, right? Persistence is a state of mind, so it can be cultivated. Like all states of mind, persistence is based upon definite causes, including, these are the causes of persistence. Number 1, in order to be persistent, if you're not persistent, here's the number 1 reason why: you don't have a definite purpose. See, when you have a definite purpose in your life, you have a definite chief aim, like I'm on a mission to bring economic empowerment to the Black community by way of entrepreneurship and business development, right? That gets me up in the morning. That causes me to study and research and want to come and do this podcast every morning and talk to entrepreneurs today, those of you who are listening now, and entrepreneurs in the future, years from now, who will be listening to these messages in the same way that I am reading Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill, originally put out in 1939 or something like that, right? So we're talking about the causes of persistence. Number 1, a definite chief aim or definiteness of purpose. Knowing what you want is the first and perhaps the most important step towards the development of persistence. A strong motive forces you to surmount many difficulties. So in other words, how big is your why? Right? What is your why? Do you have a strong enough reason that's going to propel you to plow through the obstacles that for certain will show up in your way as you try to accomplish what you're reaching for in this life? The number one cause of persistence is a strong, definite chief aim. It's called definiteness of purpose. Number two, we're talking about these are the things when you look over the lives of successful people, you can look at their lives and you can see what's going on. Wendelin from Lincoln Park, Michigan, in the building. When you look over the lives of successful people, comment the name of your business and or your brand as well. Wendelin, just don't post any links. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on. When you look over the lives of successful people, they all had a definite chief aim. There was something that they wanted to accomplish. Number two, we're talking about what causes people to be persistent. Desire. Desire. It is comparatively easy to acquire and maintain persistence in pursuing the object of an intense desire. Keyword intense. Underline it, highlight it, bold it, italicize it. How intense is your desire? See, one of the things that we do because of fear is we tend to temper our desires, right? We tend to aim relatively low because of fear of not reaching our goal. I got a goal of helping Black people become the #1 employers of Black people in 2 generations. Generation is roughly 25 years. So in 50 years, we've got to develop the business mindset of Black entrepreneurs so richly that they scale their businesses so vastly that they'll be forced to have to hire their own people. And in 50 years, most Black people will be working for companies that are owned by other Black people. How big is your desire? How grand is your chief aim, right? This is what creates a certain level of persistence in me. This is what gets me going in the morning. This is what leads my persistence in pursuing this goal allows me to be consistent, right? So, number one, you got to have a definite purpose or a definite chief aim, right? Knowing what you want is the first and perhaps the most important step towards the development of persistence. Number two, the desire, man. You have to have a burning desire to achieve or accomplish that thing, right? Can't be a lukewarm desire. I mean, when I say burning desire, I'm talking about that white hot fire burning, right? I'm talking about that melt metal burning, right? Because if you don't have that, it's going to be hard to push through the obstacles. It's going to be hard to overcome the haters. It's going to be hard to move negative people out of your way if your desire isn't burning like that torch that can cut through steel type burning. That's how hot your desire has to be, right? So we're just going through the 8 causes of persistence, and then we're going to give you kind of a self analysis and let you a self evaluation, if you will, on symptoms of lack of persistence. But y'all know what time it is. It is 7:20 on the Cortez Hustle Show, and at 7:20 we like to do something called 1 minute motivation. that is where I play a short motivational clip, usually right about 60 or 90 seconds or so. And I want you guys to listen to this. And I want you to comment something that sticks out at you, a key takeaway, right? And then I'm going to give you a couple of my key takeaways as well. And of course, we got to shout out our sponsor. But let's jump into 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show. Let's get to it.
Decide, commit, act, succeed, repeat.
If you want to be an impactful personality, you have to develop certain types of thinking and perceptions that change the way you see yourself and see the world.
No matter what you want to do in life, no matter what your ambition is, that your dreams can come true if you persevere, if you work hard, and if you realize that what you might think is impossible is possible in today's world.
Well, you have to keep yourself focused on whatever your ultimate goal is. There's stumbling blocks all the way. People get laid off, you have a bad game, you get traded from a team that you don't want to be with. But if your goal and your focus remains the same, that, hey, this is going to happen, and I know I have the skills and I have the knowledge and I have the instincts to dig myself out of this hole, you will dig yourself out of the hole. You have to control the situation. Don't let the situation control you.
You got to control the situation. Do not let the situation control you. I love this segment of the show because we all just listen to the same clip, but based on where we are in life, we all heard something very different. So comment in the chat if you are able. Tell me what did you hear. Mark said, if you can believe, you can achieve. I certainly heard that too as well, Mark. Change how you see yourself and the world, right? I see myself as someone capable of achieving great things, but it doesn't do any good if I see the world as a place where there is a limit to the things that can be achieved. Or I see the world as a place that's negative. I see the world as a place with no opportunities. No, there's two things that I see. When I look at myself, I see somebody that is capable of achieving amazing, great, nearly impossible things. And when I look at the world, I see a world that is full of opportunity, a world that is full of resources that will help me achieve the things that I want to achieve. I see a world full of kind people. I see a world full of helpful people. And change the way I see myself, change the way I see the world, right? At the very beginning, it said decide, commit, act, succeed, and repeat. He said decide. But decide what, Cortez? Decide what to believe, or decide to believe in yourself, right? Commit to what, Cortez? Commit to becoming. If we go back to the question of the day, who are you and who do you need to become to achieve what you need to achieve? Commit to becoming that person, that best version of yourself. Right? Lisa Nichols has this thing that she went through when she was diagnosed as clinically depressed, right? She diagnosed as clinically depressed. She said she did 3 things daily for 30 days to bring herself out of it. Now, I'm not saying that anyone should not talk to their doctor. Anyone should not take their medicine if you're suffering with a mental challenge, right? But she said she went home and every day she told herself what she was committed to. She told herself what she forgave herself for, and she used the power of I am. And that helped her to become. Then it says act. Act on what, Cortez? A lot of people are missing the most important action to becoming great. The acts that I take every day is I act on developing the habits and the mindset that lead to success. See, a lot of us are rushing out trying to do something that's going to cause the win today. No, I'm trying to create the mindset that will develop the habits that will bring the win repeatedly. I don't want to just win one time. I want to become a winner. So I have to develop certain habits. I have to develop certain thought patterns. I have to develop certain ways of being so that I can become a winner. I don't just want to win one time. I want to think a certain way, think like winners. I want to have the habits that winners have. I want to conduct myself in the presence of others the way that winners do. I want to treat other people the way that winners do. I want to compete in the way that winners do. That's how you win. And then he said, succeed. See, when you're acting on those things, you succeed. When I act on every day, creating a mindset of a winner, no matter the outcome of the activities that I'm doing for the day, I'm developing mental muscles of a winner. So I win every day. I win every single day. So that, my friend, is 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by my good friends over at Humor to Healing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the St. Louis metro area, there's an event going down in 20 days on February 19th called Humor to Healing. It's a unique comedy experience. I want you to go. If you're in the St. Louis area, just trust your boy and go grab your ticket over at jdubpresentsstl.com. jdubpresentsstl.com. These comedians are hilarious in their own rights, but they also have some amazing testimonies that they're going to share with some things that they had to battle and overcome and are still overcoming in order to be winners. So go to jdubstlpresents.com, or you can contact JDub over at 314-501-7707. So we're talking the principal power of persistence, the art and the science, and how to develop persistence, right? But there are some things, if you look at the lives of successful people over any period of time, they have certain things that cause them to or fuels their effort when it comes to persistence. Number one, definiteness of purpose. They have a definite chief aim. They know where they're going. They know what they want. They know what they're trying to achieve. They have a burning desire to get there. Number three, self-reliance. Belief in your ability to carry out a plan encourages you to follow the plan through with persistence. Self-reliance can be developed through the principles described in chapter 4 on auto-suggestion. Self-reliance, belief in oneself and one's abilities, right? 1 minute motivation. We talked about, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as someone who is capable? Self-reliance. A lot of you guys are waiting on other people to believe in your great idea. Some of you guys are waiting on your spouse to get on board, or your children to get on board, or your parents to get on board, or your friends to get on board before you fully commit. Guess what? They don't get on board until you fully commit. The book I read tells me all things are possible for him or her that believe. Doesn't say all things are possible for him that has a spouse that believes. Now, I thank God that I have just that type of spouse, right? My wife makes me feel like every day I can take over the world, right? So shout out to my sugar, right? But that's not a requirement. That's an added bonus. But the only person that's required for me to believe that I'm going to lead this charge to bring economic empowerment to the Black community by helping Black people become the #1 employers of Black people. There's only one person on this planet that is required to believe that in order for it to come to reality. Self-reliance. Number 4, we're talking about persistence. These are things that will cause you to be persistent. If you don't have these things in your life, then start asking yourself why and start developing them. You need a definite purpose, a definite chief aim. You need desire. You need self-reliance. Number 4, you need a definiteness of plans. You need plans, right? You need plans. Cortez, how are you going to plan to get Black people to become the #1 employers of Black people? What's the plan? The plan is twofold. I'm going to put them in touch with the Black Mastermind group in their respective cities, and they're going to learn business financial literacy so that they can create businesses that will be able to access capital. You can't scale a business if you cannot access capital. And when they build that foundation, I'm then going to help them with their marketing and how they dominate their local marketplace so that they can attract, serve, and retain more customers. That's the plan. Do you have a definite plan? Organized plans, even though they may be weak and entirely impractical, encourage persistence. I want y'all to hear something. He said an organized plan, even though it may be weak or impractical, it will still encourage persistence. Wait, what? Yeah, sometimes just having a plan, whether the plan is good, whether it's bad, whether it sucks, whether it's great, just having a plan encourages persistence. Number 5, accurate knowledge. Knowing that your plans are sound based upon experience or observation encourages persistence. Guessing instead of knowing destroys persistence. You got it, Mark? It's the start that stops most people. It's the start that stops most people. Accurate knowledge. Do your research. Get in the trenches, right? As I'm going through this Black Mastermind group class, one of the things that I had to do is go and do some research on what the scope of the digital marketing industry is, right? In the US, digital marketing is $137 billion per year, $350 billion globally. You mean to tell me I can't have a half of a percent of that every year? Of course I can. Do your research, get the right knowledge. Number 6, cooperation. Number 6, cooperation. Sympathy, understanding, and harmonious cooperation with others tend to develop persistence. We're talking first the things that cause you to be more persistent. And then I'm going to give you a self-analysis. I'm going to ask you some questions to see if you lack persistence. And if you lack persistence, that means you have to go back and develop these 8 core causes of persistence. Sympathy, understanding, and harmonious cooperation with others tend to develop persistence. Your mastermind group, your accountability group, the people that you are serving, they're going to require that you show up every day. Right? When it's all said and done, this is going to be one of the best podcasts ever. Right? It's not enough people know about it yet. But the 10 of you guys that are on right now, right? I have to show up for y'all. Some people will say, man, I did this thing, Cortez. We are on episode 243. Man, I did 10 of those podcasts and I was doing it live and I could never get more than 10 or 15 people to show up at a time. I'm on episode 243. I'm on a mission. I know where I'm going. I know what content creation does. I know the value of this because I continue to build, grow, and climb. Like they just released Lucille Ball's radio program where she interviewed some of the top people in the industry 50, 60 years ago. And that content is selling today. That was created 60 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever it was. So I understand, right? I understand what I'm doing. I understand where I'm going, right? This is only the beginning. So cooperation is number 6. Number 7, we're talking 8 core causes of persistence. Willpower. Number 7. The habit of concentrating your thoughts upon the building of plans for the attainment of a definite purpose leads to persistence. Willpower. Willpower. When you start putting some of these other things in place, the will gets stronger and stronger, right? Just for instance, of course, I do the daily podcast, right? That's leading to the growth of the Black Bear Success Mastermind. Got to show up for you. That's leading to more and more people starting to build their digital assets on the Black Bear Success app. Got to show up for them. Then I joined this class, and now I'm getting my business financials together. In 6 to 9 months, I'm going to be able to qualify for funding to the tunes of millions of dollars to grow and scale my business. So that's all of that is strengthening my willpower to keep showing up. Just keep developing the habits that winners have. Keep getting up, Cortez, when you don't feel like it. Keep working out when you don't feel like it. Keep eating the right foods when you don't feel like it. Keep exercising the discipline in the area when you don't feel like it. Keep focusing when you don't feel like it. Keep being disciplined when you don't feel like it. Keep putting that content out when you don't feel like it. Keep doing your trainings. Keep doing your mastermind. Keep giving away the free value. Keep, right? The willpower is just growing and growing and growing, right? It's like compound interest. When you fully commit, it's easier to continue and keep showing up, right? Hey, Charlie, I see you. Charlie Currency in the building, right? You got to keep showing up. Keep showing up. Like, I don't think most people understand that they're only one move away from radically transforming their lives. They're only one introduction, right? Mark says building those relationships. You're only one introduction to one person away from completely blowing up your entire life. And what if that chance meeting happens on the day that I decide to sleep in? No, man, I'm showing up every day, right? Number 8, habit. Persistence is the direct result of habit. The mind absorbs and becomes a part of the daily experiences upon which it feeds. Fear, the worst of all enemies, can be effectively cured by forced repetition of acts of courage. Everyone who has seen active service in war knows this, right? Fear, the worst of all enemies, can be effectively cured by forced repetition of acts of courage, right? One of the things I'm big on and when I teach personal branding is the use of video marketing. And so many people have a fear of marketing, of video marketing like you wouldn't believe. But if I could just challenge them to do a video a day for 7 days, a video a day for 14 days, and they just do it and they just get over their fear, that it's amazing how it transforms, right? You got to force yourself to do the thing that you're scared of enough times to kill the fear. And habit does that. Before leaving this subject of persistence, take an inventory of yourself. Determine in what particular, if any, you are lacking in the essential quality. Measure yourself courageously, point by point, and see how many of the 8 factors of persistence you lack. The analysis may lead to discoveries that will give you a new grip of yourself. Let's check this out. Symptoms of lack of persistence. If you really wish to know who you are and what you are capable of doing, these are the weaknesses that must be mastered by all who accumulate riches. Number 1, failure to recognize and clearly define exactly what you want. What do you want? Why do you want it? Why don't you already have it? What do you want? Why do you want it? Why don't you already have it? Those are 3 questions right there that'll keep you stumped all day. If you're honest with yourself, what do you want? Why do you want it? And why don't you already have it? Right? Yeah, 1 introduction, 1 connection away. Do enough to kill the fear. Yep, every day, man. Every day I'm running to it. Number 2, talking about the things, these are symptoms that you lack persistence. Procrastination, with or without cause, usually backed up by a formidable array of alibis and excuses. Come on, man. I want you guys to start counting where you struggle at, right? Give yourself a point. If you struggle in this area, give yourself a point on each one of these. Let me see how many there are total. I think there are 16 total, right? Number 3, lack of interest in acquiring specialized knowledge. Lack of interest in acquiring specialized knowledge, right? The specialists make all the money, right? General practitioners, as doctors, they have a good living. Plastic surgeons, who's highly specialized in one area and become the best in their field, oh, that's a different level. Brain surgeons, oh, that's a different level. Highly specialized, like, that's where it is. General knowledge isn't enough. Number 4, indecision, the habit of passing the buck on all occasions instead of facing issues squarely, also backed by alibis and excuses. We're talking, these are the things, this is how you know you lack persistence. If you can't make a decision, successful people make decisions quickly and they are slow to change their mind. Unsuccessful people take forever to make decisions and they are quick to change their minds. Number 5, the habit of relying upon alibis instead of creating definite plans for the solution of problems. Come on, man. We all know these kind of people. They come to you for advice about a particular thing. You give them a couple strategies and they've got a problem for every solution. I can't do it. I can't be around people like that. Hey man, you should try it this way. Oh no, that ain't gonna work because of this. Oh, you should try it that way. Oh well, that ain't gonna work because this, that, and the other. Man, you should try looking into the. No, that ain't gonna work, man. I don't see how that's gonna benefit me at all. All right, well, stop talking to me. You don't work around me. Like if you got a problem for every solution, I can't have you in my presence. Period. I don't know about you guys, but there are people who make a habit of relying on alibis instead of creating plans of action. Number 6, self-satisfaction. There is but little remedy for this affliction and no hope for those who suffer from it, right? Self-satisfaction. Number 7, indifference. Usually reflected in your readiness to compromise on all occasions rather than meet opposition and fight. These are the people that just go with the flow in every area of their lives. Like wherever the stream takes them, they just, I'm cool with it. Hey man, whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm with it. Like these are the people who let everybody around them make every decision in their life. And unfortunately, they're going to get to the end of their lives. And I got a sneaky suspicion that they're not going to be satisfied with where they end up. Because they didn't make a decision on what they wanted. They just went with the flow of everybody else. Number 8, the habit of blaming others for your mistakes and accepting unfavorable circumstances as being unavoidable. I can't stand people like this. Blaming other people for your mistake. We know when we talked about leadership last week that accountability is huge. You got to take full responsibility for your life, period. In the discussion. Doesn't matter how you got to where you are. It's your responsibility to change it, right? You guys haven't seen Will Smith's Fault versus Responsibility, go look that up. Go look on YouTube, Will Smith, Fault versus Responsibility. It doesn't matter whose fault it is that you have ended up where you are. It's your responsibility to change it. And blaming other people for your unfavorable circumstances and accepting them as if they are unavoidable, as if they are unchangeable, as if they are permanent. Like I know people who didn't finish school, so they think because they didn't finish school that their life is doomed forever. Dave Thomas of Wendy's got his GED 40-something years after he dropped out of high school. Are you kidding me? It's never too late. Number 9, weakness of desire. Due to neglect in the choice of motives that impel action. So if your desire is lukewarm, you ain't gonna do nothing about it. When your desire is lukewarm, it's if I can win, I can lose. It don't really matter, right? Weakness of desire. Some people just want, some people just wish. Until it becomes a burning desire, you'll never take the necessary actions. Number 10, willingness, even eagerness to quit at the first sign of defeat, based upon one or more of the 6 basic fears. Oh man, throw in the towel. Started my business today. Next week, it ran into a couple of challenges, and man, business ain't for me. Like, people need to understand that every time, not sometimes, not most times, every time you decide to do anything significant, you're always going to be met with challenges. Every time. And here's why. When you decide to do something great, and I'm not talking about wishing, I'm not talking about hoping, I'm talking about make an actual decision. You decide to cut off a bunch of other stuff so that you can make something great happen. You're going to be met with opposition. Why? That's the universe's way of testing you. And what happens when you get tested? You get stronger. So you're saying that I want to go from 5 figures in my business to 6 figures. Well, the universe has to test you to strengthen you so that when you get to the 6-figure level, you can stay there because you're strong enough to sustain there. So those haters that are in your way, that challenge, your car broke down at the wrong time, you had this big, you just put a bunch of money into your business, then your car broke down, and now you don't have the money to fix the car, and everybody's telling you you should not have put that money in that stinking business, or you'd have it for your car. Right? All of those things you brought on yourself. By making a decision to do something great with your life, you told the universe it is okay to challenge me every step of the way. Now, if you don't want no challenges in your life, never decide to do anything great or significant. Number 11, lack of organized plans placed in writing where they may be analyzed. Got to write the vision, make it plain. Right? If you guys could see, I have a vision, a plan on that board. I got another board that kind of gives me some of the daily activities that I gotta get out the way, some things that I gotta connect on over here. Right? Write the vision and make it plain. Number 12, the habit of neglecting to move on ideas or to grasp opportunity when it presents itself. This is a habit. How many of you guys got this habit? I have this great idea, but I'm going to let it marinate. You got a digital download from God. Those of us who are spiritual and we feel this connection got instructions from the Creator. And then we say, I gotta sleep on it? Wait a minute. How can you? Don't get me started. You can't believe and then say what God told you to do. And then you tell God, hold up, wait, not right now. No, I got to think about it. No. Hey, wait a minute. Either you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, or you can't. What do you believe? Right? I can do all things through Christ except start that business that God put in my heart. I can do all things through Christ except shoot a video to tell people about my business. I can do all things through Christ except post on Facebook and let people know about my business. I'm just saying either you can or you can't, right? Number 13, wishing instead of willing. Wishing instead of willing, right? Don't wish for easy. Wish you were better, right? That's my best Jim Rome impersonation, right? He kills me. Don't wish for ease. Wish for to be strengthened so you can carry a heavier load. Number 14, the habit of compromising with poverty instead of aiming at riches. A general absence of ambition to be, to do, and to own. I'm no longer compromising with poverty. I made up in my mind, I'm going to be stupid, filthy, hog nasty, rich. Period. And if you don't like it, you can kick rocks. Right? That's a trick of on the mind. Like, we think that if I'm stupid rich, I can't be humble. No, I don't believe that. If I'm stupid rich, then I have to compromise my morals and my integrity to get there. No, don't believe that. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. All of the people we study in the Bible were stupid rich. All of the leaders, the main characters in the Bible, some of the reasons they were able to do some of the things that they did because they were stupid rich. Right? Number 15, searching for all the shortcuts to riches, trying to get without giving a fair equivalent, usually reflected in the habit of gambling or endeavoring to drive sharp bargains. The law of reciprocity says if you don't sow it, you can't reap it. If you don't sow it, you can't reap it. I can't get apples from an apple tree that I didn't plant. You can't get anything without giving something. There is no something for nothing. And too many of us are caught up in trying to get something for nothing. And last but not least, number 16, fear of criticism. Failure to create a plan and put them into action because of what other people will think, do, or say. This enemy belongs to the head of the list because it generally exists in the subconscious mind without being recognized. Thinking what other people will think, right? Now, we are created to be social beings. It is hard to not have a general care about what other people think, but I can't care too much about what you think. Right? As social beings, we want to be accepted into our cliques, into our societies, into our communities. And the way we get accepted is by having similar thoughts. But I can't care too much about what you think, or so much about what you think that I don't move with intention based on what I feel I should be doing for me and my family. So thank you guys so much, as always, for tuning in. If you got any value from this whatsoever, please do me a favor and hit the share button. If you listen to this on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever, please leave me a review. That does wonders in helping other people discover this wonderfulness called the Cortez Hustle Show. So till next time, get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.